a mission, I'ma show you what's up.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy K Wonder Boy, aka Wonder Boy, aka Don't Forget the Boy. Y'all know how the phrase go, and this is episode one of K Wonder Boy's Songwriting for Dummies. Okay, and chances are, if you're watching this, it's because you're someone who has been struggling with writing music, and that is okay. It's cool. It's Gucci. It's all right. Everybody has their moments. Everybody has those days. What Hannah Montana said. Everybody has those days. Everybody has those days. Was that Serena? I don't know who it was. Somebody on Disney said that. Okay, everybody has those days. Something like that. Somebody comment that. I don't know. Okay, so get out of here. All right, cool. So, I feel like one of the number one things people are overlooking when it comes to writing songs is knowing the structure of beats. Okay. And this is assuming you're somebody who writes two beats. If you write two a cappella, then I don't think you really need this, but I think you do need it because it's kind of the same thing if you're doing a cappella, okay? But you need to understand the structure of a beat. You cannot write music if you don't know what goes where, okay? It's like puzzle pieces, okay? You need to know where things go. You need to know what parts of your lyrics goes on what parts of the beat. You need to understand how the beat is made up, what it's set up to give you, what those spaces are for, before you just start putting things on that beat. You don't want to just start putting things on that beat. Okay, you don't want to just start slapping things on a beat and you don't even know what's going where, what's for what, what's you know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of people will tell you that there's no science to this, that there shouldn't be anything calculated. Just put what you feel and this, that, and that's bull. That's bull. Okay, there is a science to it. Okay, you don't have to follow that science, but there is a science to it. Okay, it's like working at McDonald's or any other fast food chain. It's the ingredients are the same, but guess what? They're very particular about the order in which you place those things in those sandwiches in those meals. If you order a cheeseburger, some shit like that, they're going to tell your ass make sure it's like. I used to work at McDonald's, so I might know this. I might be wrong. It might be like bun on the bottom, burger, then cheese, then uh uh then it's the I don't know. Okay, the point is there's a particular way in which things are placed. Um, in order in which ingredients are placed that contribute to those products' success and that restaurant's success. Okay, it's the same with songwriting. You look at any of these hit records on top of the charts, all of them are following a particular science. Okay, and in order for you to write music, you need to understand what this science is. Okay, a lot of y'all are struggling because you don't know what this science is, but fear not. Okay, I'm going to take some time today to explain exactly what I perceive to be the structure of a beat, the structure of a song, what goes where, what is what. Okay, what I have, what I have here makes no fucking sense. This makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, it makes no sense right now, but it's going to make sense. Okay, bear with me. Okay, it's going to make sense. Okay, just pay attention on this last word. Just focus on what I tell you to focus on, and you're gonna be all right. Okay. This is a song. I know it's a bunch of chicken lines and scratch and words and numbers, and it's what the fuck. This is a song. Okay. What I want you to focus on right now is this line in the middle. Okay, that straight line. I want to call that the timeline of a song. Okay. If you took sound waves, it would kind of look like the same. It's going straight. Okay, perpendicular is that vertical? No, I think vertical is up. Horizontal. Let's go on horizontal. Okay, left to right. Look at that left to right line. That's a song. Okay, now I wrote a couple things here that will take some explaining. And it's important that you understand this because a lot of times you guys are writing music or trying to write music and you're writing something or you think you're writing something in a particular spot and it's not gelling because you don't know what you're putting in that spot. A lot of you were trying to write hooks in the spot where the verse should be. A lot of y'all are trying to write verses in the spot where the hook should be or the intro should be or the outro should be. Okay, well, right now I'm going to explain to you generally what we're looking at right here, what you should be looking at whenever you play a beat, what should be coming into your mind whenever you're listening to instrumentals, okay? So at this part right here, I labeled it I, okay? I think I did a very good job at my I, okay? This space is the beginning of typically any beat. Most beats have an intro, okay? Intros are very important because this could this could make or break your song. Because if people start playing a song and there's some bull crap in that part right there, chances are they're never gonna hear the rest of it. Okay? So intros are typically that first 8 to 20 seconds of a song. Okay, so you know that part is just where everyone's riding out. You're listening to the beat and no one's really saying much, but there might be some harmonies. There might be some guy saying, "Yeah, big shotta, but yeah, we in this, yeah, you know what I'm saying?" Just talking this shit. You might hear a beat tag before the beat drop. This is the intro. Okay, this is the intro. All right. After the intro, it's typically either the verse or the hook. Okay, the intro is 20 seconds. You see, I wrote 20 seconds. All right. I have you know this is not how I write on a regular basis. This is just happens to be but 20 seconds. So whenever you listen to the beat, the intro is normally that first 20 seconds. Typically you don't want to put anything here. Okay, you don't want to put no lines here. You don't want to put. Only thing you should be here is you know what I'm saying? Like your little intro. You like getting into the groove. You know what I'm saying? Or nothing at all. Okay, what comes next is typically the verse or the hook. Okay, now listen to these beats. Okay, you guys are not listening to beats. You guys are trying to write to beats, and you're not listening to the motherfucking beat. Okay, you want to listen to how many counts are in these sections, okay? Because these sections, how they're organized, will determine whether or not it's the verse or it's the hook. Typically, the hook is shorter than the verse, okay? So the part where the beat builds up and all the instruments all playing together at the same time, or sometimes the beat will just simmer down and it'll be the least amount of instruments playing at the same time. Okay, but that's that's another story. What you need to know is typically after that 20 seconds, after that 8 to 20 seconds, or I want to say that 4 to 8 bars, it comes the verse. Okay, that's the verse. The verse is typically 8 to 12 to 16 bars. If you're a rapper and you're rapping, typically it's going to be 16 bars. Okay, look, I wrote 8, 12, 16. All right, don't laugh at my handwriting. Okay, 8, 12 to 16. What comes after that 8, 12 to 16? H, okay? That's your hook, okay? That's the one that's going to be grabbing everybody's attention when they got tired of the things you probably said in a verse, okay? It's gonna grab your attention. It's gonna be the most memorable part of the song, okay? It's your hook, okay? Hooks are extremely important, and the ability to write them is going to cause you to be somebody fantastical, okay? After that hook comes in, typically another verse comes right back. Okay, so listen to your favorite song. Typically, they're gonna follow this same science, this same format, and people are trying to copy these songs. They're trying to copy these formats, but they don't really understand it, and that's what's tripping them up. Okay, so you're gonna get that hook. It's gonna come right back to a verse. Okay, and just like patterns, you go verse hook, verse hook, verse hook. After this verse, what comes again? Another hook. Okay, so another hook is gonna come. That's my little H right here. Okay, once that hook comes, um, typically once it leaves, typically what you have is an outro. Okay, the outro is it yo. I didn't write a set number there for how long outros are because some outros could be a whole minute. Some outros could be a whole 2 minutes of just the beat playing. Some outros, sometimes there's no outro. Sometimes the beat just cuts off at the end of the hook. But typically most songs are structured as such. Okay, so whenever you're writing a song, whenever you're listening to a beat, you want to listen for that intro coming in first. Okay, then you're gonna listen to, oh, the verse came in. If it's not the verse that came in first, it might have been the hook that came in first. Okay, if it's not the hook that came in first, it's the verse. Okay, and then whatever precedes that, whatever comes next, that's what precedes. Whatever comes next is typically the next thing. Okay, so it's barely ever is it verse, verse, hook, or verse, verse, hook, verse, verse, verse. Like no, normally it's always verse, hook, verse, hook, verse, hook. That's the science behind it. Okay. So when you're writing, you need to be very cognizant and very aware of that. All right. So now that we have a general understanding of what we're looking at, okay, now that we have a general understanding of what this timeline is, another thing that's going to help you understand where things go and how to count is to understand that songs are counted in measurements of four. Okay, I didn't go to college. I don't know about this stuff. I don't know the exact term. When I count music, I count everything in terms of four. Okay, so if it's a really slow song, I'm going one, two, three, four, and that's one bar. One, two, three, four. That's two bars. One, two, three, four. That's three bars. So when you're listening to music, you want to make sure that you are list counting those bars. How many bars is this verse? Oh, this verse was 12 bars, and then the hook came in, and the hook was 8 bars. And if you know the hook is 8 bars, then you already know the next verse is coming in is is uh is 12 bars. Okay, so if you know how a song is structured, you know how many words you're putting, you know how many words you're putting in your hook, you know how many words you're putting in your verse. What I mean by how many words is you know how many bars to put in your hook. You know how many bars to put in your verse. So you're not struggling with placement. And once you understand placement, now that's just one less thing you have to worry about. Okay? Once you understand where the intro is, that's one less thing you have to worry about. Some of y'all don't understand what what you're looking at or what you're dealing with. That's why you have so much to worry about because you don't understand what you're dealing with. Okay? But hopefully this provides some type of insight. I said inset. I think it's insight. Okay. Um. So one more thing I think people need to be aware of is those measurements. Okay, I'm gonna explain it one more time because I think I didn't really do a thorough job of explaining it. And to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play a song. Okay, I'm gonna play a song. Um, let's see. I'm gonna play one of my own songs from my third studio EP. It's called Understood the Assignment. It's out now. It's everywhere. Okay, go get that. Okay, it's called Cost a Thing. What you're hearing right now is the intro. That little space where you know what I'm saying? It's a space where we're not saying anything. The beat is coming in. Everything is just settling. You know what I'm saying? Now count with me. Count, count. It's the hook. One, two, three, four, two, three, two, three, four, five, two, three, four, six, two, three, four, seven, three, four, eight. So real quick, that was 8 bars. That was 8 bars. Um, that was 8 bars for the hook. Okay, that particular song is called "Cost the Thing." It's out now on all platforms, most platforms and stuff like that. Featuring Failer, the lovely Failer. But that song starts off with an intro, and then it comes straight into the hook. Okay, but after that hook is the verse. Like I said, it's gonna be hook, verse, or verse, hook, whatever it is. Okay, so it started off with the hook, and the hook was how many bars? It was 8 bars. One, two, three, four, one. One, two, three, four, two. So we know our hook is 8 bars. Okay, so now we're gonna play our verse. All right, we're gonna start from when she comes in.
Anything, 'cause I want ya. You, 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 you,
Ready? One, two, three, four, one. One, two, three, four, two. One, two, three, four, three. One, two, three, four, four. One, two, three, four, five. So you can you once you count that, you're gonna understand like what the bars are. Okay, so we're gonna count. No, we're gonna count her bars right now. So we're gonna count our bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. That's 12. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. That's 16 bars. Okay, that's 16 bars that just came. Okay, 16 bars. All right. So if we started off with the hook, that means our first pattern, our hook was 8 bars. The verse came in with a 16, right? What's coming next? It's going to be another hook, right? So the hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, verse. That's typically how it goes, okay? And after that, you're going to have your little outro. Like I said, it could be any amount of time, like you don't really know, like it's hard to tell, you know what I'm saying, like, but it depends on the beat. So that's the outro. That outro was like 15 to 20 seconds, okay. But that's a good example of intro, hook, hook, verse, outro. Now, you can get more in depth in it when you want to talk about bridges and pre-hooks. Like that's something that we can go into another day. Another lesson when we explain things and where we put things. But this tutorial is just to serve as just the basics, okay? The real basics of the structure of a song so that you know what you're focusing on writing. And if you know what you're focusing on at the moment and you know where it goes, okay, you can worry about the verse later. Right now, you know the hook is about 8 bars, maybe 12 bars, okay? You know it goes in this part of the beat. You're focused on that. Okay, and when your mind is only focused on one thing at a time, you can knock out one thing at a time and get to the next thing, not focusing on the entirety of the song, okay, because you have an understanding on what it is that you're looking at or what you're dealing with when you're looking at this beat, okay. So I hope this provided some type of clarity to my young songwriters, my old songwriters, whoever's trying to make music right now. It's a long, lonely road. You might just want to do it just for fun, whatever it is. I wish you well. I wish you luck. I wish you blessings. Just understand what you're dealing with. Okay, understand what you're dealing with. Understand where things are, so you understand what you're tackling in that moment. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Again, this is your boy K1 the Boy, aka One the Boy, aka Don't Forget the Boy. This was episode 1 of K1 the Boy Songwriting with Dummies. Leave a comment, please like, please subscribe, please send this to somebody who can't write to save their life.
Yeah, you so different. Even missing, let me show you what's up.